All right. So for this episode, we wanted to talk about Dune. So I saw Dune when it came out.
When did it come out?
That's a good question. Dune, the first part came out in 2021.
Okay, and then the second one just came out this year. Okay.
Yeah. So just tell you some background on Dune.
Okay.
Dune came out September 3rd, 2021 in Venice. I'm assuming it was a Venice Film Festival.
Yeah, I would assume so.
And then October 22nd, 2021, United States and everywhere else. The production company was Legendary Pictures, distributed by Warner Brothers. So the in 2011, vice chair of worldwide production for Legendary Pictures and her producer partner acquired adaptation rights for Dune. Legendary obtained film and TV rights for Dune in November 2016. Canadian filmmaker Dennis, the director, expressed interest in the project in September 2016, saying that a long-standing dream of his was to adapt this movie.
Well, because it was made original. There was one made in 1980 something.
Yes, there was an older one. Principal photography began March 18th, 2019, at the Orgo Film Studios in Budapest.
Oh.
Yeah, Budapest, Hungary. And the film was shot in IMAX.
Was this? Oh, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Was this originally a book or like a comic? Okay.
It was a book. On Rotten Tomatoes, it was at 83% of 513 critics' reviews are positive, with an average rating of 7.6 out of 10. So what I think of this movie is it's a big story, and I didn't really understand everything that was going on, but the visuals were amazing. Okay, and let me read to you what this says. So I got this, and it says a consensus for Dune is Dune occasionally struggles with its unwieldy source material, but those issues are largely overshadowed by the scope and ambition of the visual thrilling adaptation. So basically, it's like it's hard to follow the story, but visually it's amazing, which is exactly what I thought the first time. And I actually kind of forgot about this movie, so that's why I have to watch it again. Yeah. So what did you think?
So first time watching it, only watched it once. The reason I asked you if it was originally a novel or a comic or whatever is because you can tell it's very choppy. Okay.
Okay.
A lot of it is, and that's what happens when you adapt a book, is that they focus on parts that sometimes don't actually blend in with the next part of the storyline. Character-wise, phenomenal. Mom, I hate her.
I'm sorry?
I hated the mom.
You hated the mom?
I was so frustrated with her. I was like, why? Like, and I understand she protected her son and it was amazing, whatever. But like, just in the beginning part, I was like, girl, get your shit together.
What happened in the beginning?
She made, and I understand based on the storyline, you kind of needed the older, it was like I don't know if she was like a witch, whatever they based that older woman that was in the library.
Oh, okay.
Without spoiler alerts, geez, I'm sorry.
Well, actually, Dune 1
it's pretty old. It's pretty old, so but it took her a long time for her to figure out that she needed to protect her son.
Yeah.
And I think she needed to learn more of just a little bit faster.
Okay.
A lot of that stuff near the end could have been prevented if she was able to predict what was coming next.
Near the end?
Like near the middle part, should say. When that whole situation where they had to leave.
Oh, because they were getting attacked.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Again, like the plot though. And the reason that's just based on my opinion. I didn't like the character, but she was great in the actual storyline.
Yeah.
Because he kind of wanted her. She's kind of like that. You're kind of fighting with yourself, trying to figure out if you liked her or not, because how she adapted to the story. But this is based on the story. The production of it, though, amazing.
Yeah.
But I just felt it was too choppy. But that's what happens when you adapt something from a book. It's because they're trying to fit, and that's probably why it was like 2.5 hour movie.
Yeah.
Mainly because you're trying to fit like this so much information all into one movie.
So many times I hear people that have read the books and then watch the movie, they always say, "Oh, the book has so much more detail. The book has so much more."
I wish I read the book.
And here's the thing: like people that say that don't realize that it is very hard to adapt from a book, because like for a book, you can spend an entire chapter talking about a sunset. You have no time limit, but in a movie, you only have those 2 hours to tell the entire story. So you have to cut stuff out, and
Yeah, and it happens. A lot of movies that were adapted from books.
Yeah, there's so much more you have to consider. You have to consider, pacing, timing, scenes. Like it's just, if you're watching a movie expecting it to be exactly like the book, then you should be watching the movie.
That's another thing.
Disappointed.
That's true. And another thing, like they have Zendaya's in like almost every trailer, like she's in every interview, all that stuff. I didn't even know that guy, who's the one that was in Game of Thrones.
What are you talking about?
The one in the middle of the poster. I didn't even realize he was in the movie until I started watching the movie.
Oh yes. Okay, Aquaman.
Yeah. Because I didn't see him in any of the trailers. You see Zendaya in the trailers. You see more of him than Zendaya. Zendaya's in like 10 minutes of the movie. I
was kind of shocked because Zendaya didn't have a lot of lines. It was a lot of like imagery, walking and looking. Because
it's his dream. He can see her from.
It looks like it's going to be his love interest in the next movie.
Oh, 100%. And
we haven't seen part 2 yet.
She's freaking gorgeous.
Yeah.
The dad character I loved. I was so sad. Mm-hmm. It was I actually cried at that part.
Yeah.
That big guy. Ooh, he was creepy.
The big guy.
The big guy that came out of the goop.
Oh, yes.
I love that we're...
Yeah. I love that we don't have the actors' names or anything.
I'm terrible. We're terrible people. Yeah. Honestly, I liked... The movie was great.
Jason Momoa.
Yeah.
Jason.
He was in a critical part of the movie, and you don't see him at all in the trailer, which I did mind, and then I didn't, because I was like, oh, it's like a good little surprise. He's in here.
But you know what my problem was? It seemed like, I don't know if you have felt the same way, but it felt like a lot of stuff happened off camera. Yeah. Like they just kind of told us, oh, this happened and that happened.
But that's, again...
But we didn't really see anything.
That kind of...
And that I get that because, like, the book, right? But it also, like, makes it a bit confusing because you're not getting the whole story.
I wish I read the book before I watched this movie.
Yeah.
Because then I would have understood. What I would do, read the book, watch the movie again, and then at least you get some, like, it's almost like little clips of the book. Yeah. Right? Of how they adapted it, of course. Yeah. I wouldn't mind watching the second one.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask. Are you going to watch the second one?
I would watch it just to see where all the characters go.
Yeah.
Sucks that I won't see the dad, though. He's like...
Yes.
That was sad.
That was he was a good character, and yeah. But did you know that there is going to be a Dune Part 3?
Oh, well, I would assume that. Is there more than one book?
Well, so I'm looking at the Dune Complete series set.
The books?
There's 6 books. 6 books. So, yeah.
They got the production really well, so I would assume they'd continue. But
I think that if you're like a science fiction fan, you love this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I would assume most of their fans have read the books. We're just randos that just happen to watch the movie. But I don't like the mom. She needs to be better.
Really?
I want it, the actress can stay. I don't have anything wrong with the actress. It's just the character itself. I'm like, I swear to God.
Okay. All right. Well,
there was that one scene though. She kind of gave me happiness the one scene where she's on in the plane, and she goes full on like attack mode. That was I got hyped. I was hyped. That was a hype moment.
Yeah.
I was like,
you just like parents protecting their children.
Yes, I need that structure. When parents, you've seen movies where like the parents are all like the shriveled little.
Yeah.
From right shot them, man.
Yeah. All right. But at least we are gonna plan on watch Dune 2.
Yes.
And Dune 3 also, whenever it comes out.
Probably this looked like it took a very long time for them to film, so I would expect it in the next 2 years.
Oh yeah, since 2021 to now.
Yeah. So.
Okay. And after we watch the second one, we're definitely gonna do another video about it.
Oh yeah. And
the third one we have to follow the movie and just keep doing videos about it.
You know what I think though, for someone who never read the books, that older man with the goatee, whatever that actor's name is, I feel like he's gonna turn on someone.
Okay.
He gives me that vibe. It gives
if we watched Dune Part 2, we would have known that by now.
Or if we read the freaking book, we would have known by now that what kind of character he is. But he just gives me that vibe. He has that energy, like he's gonna turn and be all evil and
But do you remember the dreams?
Yeah.
Where Zendaya had blood on her hands, holding the knife.
But they showed that.
They showed that as an actual dream.
Yeah.
I kind of got the feeling that somebody kind of warned him, whoever gives you this knife is going to kill you. And then Zendaya hands him the knife. Remember that?
We'll see.
I have no idea.